Hello everyone, I Kaneria Chirag, Faculty of Diploma Computer in Dr. Subhash Technical Campus. Welcome all to Lecture 6 of Unit 3 Android Activities and GUI Design. In this lecture we will discuss about what is intent in Android and different types of intent in detail. Android intent. In Android, intent is a messaging object which is used to request an action from another app component such as activities, service, broadcast receiver, and content providers. Generally, in Android, intents will help us to maintain communication between app component from the same application as well as with the component of other application. In Android, intent are the objects of android.content.intent. Types and intents are mainly useful to perform the following things. Starting an activity. By sending an intent object to start activity method, we can start a new activity or existing activity to perform required things. Starting a service. By sending an intent object to start service method, we can start a new service or send a request to instruction to an existing service. Delivering broadcast. By sending an intent object to send broadcast method, we can deliver our message to other app broadcast receiver. Building an intent object. Generally in Android, intent object contains the information required to determine which component to start and the information about the action to be performed by the received component. The intent object in Android is having following characteristics to help the Android system to understand which component should start. First, component name. It defines the name of component to start, and by using the component name, Android system will deliver intent to the specific app component defined by the component name. In case if we didn't define component name, then the Android system will decide which component should receive intent based on the other intent information such as action, data, and etc. In Android, we can specify the component name for intent by using a fully qualified class name of the target component and package name. For example, com.sample activity. We can set the component name by using set component, set class, and set class name, or by using the intent constructor. Second is action. It defines the name of the action to be performed to start an activity. The following are the some of the common action to start an activity. First is action view. We can use this action in intent with start activity when we have information that activity can show to the user. Second is action send. We can use this action in intent with start activity when we have some data that the user can share through another app such as an email app, social sharing app. We can specify the action name of intent by using set action or with an intent constructor. And next is data. It specifies a type of data to an intent filter. When we create an intent, it is important to specify the type of data in addition to its URI. By specifying a MIME type of data, it helps the Android system to decide which is the best component to receive our intent. And last one is category. Generally, the Android category is optional for intent and it specifies the additional information about the type of component that should handle an intent. We can specify a category for intent by using add category. The above property, component name, action, data, and category will represent the characteristics of an intent. By using this property, the Android system will easily decide which app component to start. Next topic is types of intent. There are two types of intent available in Android. Those are implicit intent and explicit intent. Now we will discuss each in detail. First is implicit intent. Implicit intent specifies the action which should be performed and optionally data which provide content for the action. In Android, implicit intent will not specify any name of the component to start. Instead, it declares an action to perform and it allows a component from other app to handle it. For example, by using implicit intent, we can request another app to show the location detail of the user or etc. In using implicit intent like calling, opening a web page, etc., implicit intent is used to call internal functionality of an Android system. In Android, when we create an implicit intent, the Android system will search for matching component by comparing the contents of the intent with intent filters, which define in the manifest file of other apps on the device. If the matching component found, the system starts the component and sends it to the intent objects. In case if multiple intent filters are matched, then the system display dialog so that the user can pick which app to use. In Android, an intent filter is an expression in the app's manifest file and it is used to specify the type of intent that the component would like to receive. In case if we create an intent filter for activity, there is a possibility for other apps to start our activity by sending a certain type of intent. Otherwise, the activity can be started only by explicit intent. Following code is used to call specified in a specified number. This is the simple example of implicit intent. In this application, we get the number from user, and when user click on dial, then action will be performed dial on that number. Next topic is explicit intent. In Android, explicit intent explicitly specifies the name of component to be invoked by activity, and we use explicit intent to start a component in our own app. For example, we can start a new activity in response to the user action using explicit intent. In Android, explicit intent explicitly specifies the name of component to be invoked by activity is a class name. By using explicit intent, we can send or share data content from one activity to another activity based on our requirement. To create explicit intent, we need to define the component name for an intent object. We will use putExtra method to send extra information to new activity. Following code is used to pass data from one activity to other activity. In this code, we can see the putExtra method. The value name and password will be sent to next activity. In figure, we can see the simple application of explicit intent. First activity, get the username and password from the user. When user click on login button, then second activity open and value entered by user will be printed on next activity.